They have to answer as to why nothing has happened in the past 6 months.
We have to.
I'm saying it was an avoidable crime.
I don't agree with this discussion. I do not agree. Only if the judiciary had done its work, he would not have been out on bail. Why is he out on bail when there is a charge sheet against him in a case of rape?
With respect to women's safety and security in the last 6 months. That is why they had to come up with a knee-jerk reaction. And I am amazed that the government does a U-turn within 24 hours. And the transport minister says, अगर रेलगाड़ी में रेप होगा तो रेलगाड़ी बंद कर देंगे. अगर हवाई जहाज में रेप होगा तो हवाई जहाज बंद कर देंगे.
Leaders have been accused of murdering and raping women. They are coming around and making allegations.
Aman Sinha, look beyond politics.
What have they done to improve the state of affairs of women of this country?
Aman Sinha, look beyond politics.
What were they doing for past 60 years?
Has been inducted in the cabinet of your prime minister.
1 second, please.
Tell your panelists, Congress panelists,
Aman Sinha
beyond politics.
Did not include a single agenda on women's issue.
I have
Prime Minister has had a special meeting.
I know every promise. Aman Sinha, Aman, I will not let the tutu meme happen tonight. 1 second. One second. Aman Sinha, I am intervening. Listen to me. Listen to me.
This is the Prime Minister who actually in the election rally said Nirbhaya ko yaad karke vote dena. He was the one who politicized this issue. He was the one
one suggestion I want to make.
Should behave and conduct. That is not something which...
Ragini, a minute. Ragini, now please close your comments. 1 second. No. Watch it. Atishi.
What is incoherent and absurd,
Atishi.
That the Atishi case was a minor incident.
Atishi, I have Nidhi Shah on the phone line with me live now. 1 minute. I have with me. Can you please pause for a minute? I have something important to share with the viewer.
After being charge-sheeted for outraging modesty of women, has been awarded with a ticket by the Aam Aadmi Party.
Please wait for a minute, gentlemen, and Ragini. 1 second, please. I have with me Nidhi Shah on the phone line. Nidhi, are you there? Nidhi, are you there? Nidhi Shah, are you on the phone line? Okay, I've just got disconnected. I'm going to get Nidhi Shah on the phone line. Now, she has made a very important revelation. As I said, she reported this particular man to Uber on 26 November. They sent a mail saying they would check on him. So, they did not do their job. There is a receipt of her travel. She's posted this also on Twitter. They didn't do their job. Rape happened. What does our Transport Minister Nitin Gadkari say? There's no point acting against Uber. Why? Why, Mr. Gadkari, do you say that tonight?
When has Nitin...
No, what's it? So? He has said so outside Parliament in case you don't know today.
Because he is insensitive and irresponsible.
No, absolutely not.
Because
has he taken name of Uber?
Or has he said
this is your interpretation and statement.
I don't interpret.
What kind of external
Can you please?
What kind of external pressure?
That this is not the only solution.
Is the government buckling because of any external pressure? That also has to be clarified.
While I wait to be connected with Nidhi, I want to ask a few straight questions. Can I be please allowed? You know what? You have to let me ask the questions. 1 minute.
Don't comply with our...
1 minute.
Out. Criminal action has been
Aman Sinha, don't give me these lectures. Answer my questions. In the aftermath of Nirbhaya, the Delhi police said...
What is the lecture? I'm just stating facts.
Sir, when you're not answering my questions, you're in lecture mode, Mr. Sinha. Mr. Sinha, you're lecturing me. You're not answering my questions.
Please put your question. I'm waiting.
1 second. Before I put my question to you, I have Nidhi Shah with me. Please quiet. Nidhi Shah, are you there on the line with me now?
I'm here.
Okay. So, Nidhi, thank you for joining me. First of all, I think it's good of you to come out and to put your side of the story of what happened with you. Now, I have seen a couple of tweets of yours in which you've put out, using the hashtag Delhi shamed again. You say you took a cab with Shiv Kumar Yadav, this particular rapist cab driver on 26 November. Tell me about it, please. You also say you had reported him. Why did you report him to Uber?
Well, there was a couple of things. So when I was in the cab with him, he was staring quite a bit through the rearview mirror, and he was kind of smiling in a weird way. It's something that has happened to me previously, and it made me uncomfortable. So as I was leaving the cab, there was an option that came up at the end of the ride to give feedback. So I reported I wrote a little bit about this guy saying that he stared at me, and Uber responded that they would have somebody talk to him. But that was the reason why, because he made me uncomfortable, and I had this option to quickly say something about it.
Anything happened after that? Did Uber get back to you at all?
They wrote me an email back, and it's also in my tweets. They said that they would have somebody in operations check in with Shiv. So
after that, after that.
After that, no, there hasn't been anything.
So you really don't know what happened about your complaint. It's possible, Nidhi, obviously it now emerges nobody did anything about him because he went on and he did this.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I just found out about this when I was reading the news and I saw the name, thought I'll check in my email because that guy had seemed very weird. So it turned out to be the same guy, and you can imagine how shocked and scared and chilled I felt.
Now, do you live and work in Delhi, Nidhi?
I live and work in the United States. I was in Delhi for a week.
Okay, so my question to you, Nidhi, if this kind of incident had happened and if there had been a complaint, would the company have been allowed to get away in the US? What's your view?
I don't know. I mean, because this kind of incident happens much more rarely to me in the US, and I couldn't tell you.
Well, I think, Nidhi, that it's very good that you've come out, because when you come out with your version, it's quite clear that this was an avoidable incident. Does it also, I mean, was that the reason you put out the tweet?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah?
I think that's fair, yeah, and also to see maybe if somebody else rode with him between November 26th and December 7th when it happened.
Yeah. When did you realize it was the same man? When this news came out?
It was, yesterday when in some of the reports they wouldn't show his face, but I found an article that wrote his name and showed his face, and it was the same guy.
Okay. Nidhi, thank you for talking to me. Nidhi Shah,
Sure,
thank you for talking to me. Here you are. I want to hear what Aman Sinha will say after this. Aman Sinha.
How will Aman Sinha have anything to say after this?
I want to know what you'll have to say after this.
No, it is extremely unfortunate.
Everything is unfortunate.
Arnab, it is extremely unfortunate.
Do remember,
and despicable.
Arnab, that they have a chief minister in the neighbouring state who said
and therefore
that
it would have been even better if
authorities
were informed or reported of this.
I think
I'm sure authorities would have acted swiftly.
Sir, do you have anything to say about Mr. Manohar Lal Khattar?
Who wants your empathy?
To say about
it is
Manohar Lal
absolutely
Khattar
unfortunate. No, please don't politicize this. After giving tickets to people who have outraged modesty of women, you are giving on a lecture. In morality, please, I have to respond to this. Arnab has posed me a question.
We are trying to ascertain your political responsibility because you are the government of the day.
It is absolutely unfortunate. And if the lady had reported this, I'm sure authorities would have acted.
We also have to question what kind of messages are being sent across
it is most shocking and despicable.
By the speeches and by the actions of your leaders. And that is why we are questioning. Because that is going to embolden the culprits.
Apart from blaming the whole world, have you done anything constructive and
cogent? No, the fact of the matter is... Aman.
Why don't you tell me two things BJP has done?
What is your attitude?
What have you done?
In last 1 hour, you have not made one cogent point.
BJP has done.
What do you mean by attitude?
Two things that the BJP has done.
I will tell you what I mean by attitude. Why were you trying to shake hands with Mr. Muthalik?
And the true face of Aam Aadmi Party is that they give tickets to people who are charge-sheeted for outraging modesty of women. And they are, the heights of hypocrisy is that they come around and give a lecture thereafter.
Aman Sinha, the fact of the matter remains, Aman Sinha, that the Delhi police beat in 2011 or even subsequently following this man's acquittal should have been vigilant. You told us after Nirbhaya, you told us, हमें सरकार में लाइए हम आप no 1 second you told us please Mr. Sinha now please let me speak I have listened to you. You said to us that if we come to power we will be vigilant. On more than one occasion those accused of rape out on bail or following their release have gone on to repeat similar crimes. What has happened in this man's case is identical. Despite being what happened, the rape in 2011, 2013, nobody monitored him. Nobody monitored him.
The Home Minister does not talk about women police stations. The Home Minister does not talk about mapping isolated areas in Delhi. The Home Minister does not talk about fast track.
And what did you do? What did you do? What did you do? I have no faith. No, what did you do?
I will tell you what.
What did you do?
With a national information database
Would you give me time
with
to
regard
answer?
to all such offenders who have indulged into, sexual abuse, crimes. That is what we are doing.
You know what you did?
We have
One of the
increased the number of...
biggest
Ragini, I am really tired of politicians using these issues for punching at each other.
To
Delhi,
all the young women of the country.
What
In
do
about
you want, Arnab?
half of
Do
the
you
districts
think
of
that
this
we should
country,
not
we have
question the
special
BJP at
investigation
all?
units
Miss
with regard to
Ragini Nayak,
women and children.
Miss Ragini
We are in
Nayak,
process of setting up fast track courts for women.
Miss Ragini Nayak, Miss Ragini Nayak, 1 minute. Miss Ragini Nayak, Miss Ragini Nayak, question the BJP as much as you want, but remember that the number of rape cases in Delhi in 2013 compared to previous year,
Statistical records if you want.
4 cases of rape every day in 2013.
15% in the last 6 months in Delhi.
Don't
There
throw
have been
statistics at me.
1221 rapes already committed in Delhi.
My question to Mr. Kakkar is, Ragini now, Mr. Kakkar. Mr. Kakkar.
You also don't throw.
Mr. Kakkar, in the aftermath, since you say don't question the police, and I'm asking the viewer tonight, watch this. Is there one person on the panel taking responsibility saying, I feel embarrassed and ashamed that today a woman can't go out and take a taxi in India? In the aftermath of Nirbhaya, Mr. Kakkar, the Delhi police promised the people of the city that they will create a database of sex offenders dating to cases as far back as 2010 for effective monitoring and ensuring deterrence. People said, yes, we will have a database of sex offenders. Now, this man was accused of committing a rape in 2011. Then in 2013, was his name in this database or wasn't it? Or is there no database? Did the Delhi police again put out one empty promise? And when I ask you this question now, will you say go ask the politician?
Arnab,
no. Where is the database?
Mr. Arnab, please listen to me. The database is there.
Really? And why is this man's name not on it?
Only when... his name will come only if the authorities of 2011 and 2013 send his particulars to
Who are these authorities?
to the National Crime Record Bureau.
You want to explain that to the rape victims? Sir, you want to tell all rape victims and all women today, you are telling all women today system does not work.
Shouting will not help.
Sir, Mr. Kakkar,
this will not help.
Mr. Kakkar,
This will not help.
Mr. Kakkar, you
Yes.
don't, the police has
Yes,
not
Mr.
done its
Arnab.
job. Will you admit it? Will you admit it?
No, I will not admit it. In this case, I will not admit. Because the papers were never
take one
sent
more
to
call.
Delhi police for his verification. How will
I
Delhi
don't-
police know? Why are you not
this is-
asking the judiciary, why has he been let off on bail? I am still insisting. Even after the act was amended and made more stronger, why has he been let off on bail?
Yeah, so you know what? Then that question can also be asked in the 2011 case. Why was the case closed? The case was closed because the woman, the victim did not come out. Why did the victim not come out? The prosecution did not do its job. Why did the prosecution not do its job? We asked them. They said, don't ask us.
No.
So you know what?
There was a compromise between him.
Mr. Kakkar.
And the court released him. Please. Court released him.
Sir, you know, this is so disappointing to me.
There are other agencies who have to also work.
Sir, this is
There are other agencies who also have to work.
Sir,
Unless all of us work together, nobody will ever be safe. Let me tell you this.
Now, you know what? This company called Uber puts out an email response to this lady, right? To the complainant. And they say, sorry about what happened there, ! That's definitely not what I'd expect out of an Uber trip. And then there's a sad face, like they put in that smiley, you know. It's a casual answer. Look at this. Look at this. This is the kind of casual approach they have. Look at this. Your driver should have been courteous and professional, etc., 5-star experience, etc. Simple templated reply. I shudder to think that if this is a 5-star cab experience, then what people should expect. And I also shudder to think that in our country, we let everyone but the victims and the potential victims off the hook. There is the law for everyone. You say there is no system, Mr. Kakkar, I agree with you. There is no system. But there is no system only for the Aam Aadmi, not for the Aam Aadmi party. There is no system for the real common man. For everyone else, there is a system. For everyone else, there is a system. For the victim, there is no system. The victim will be kicked around from place to place.
Why is it that there is so much security available for VIPs? Why is it that Rajnath Singh and Nitin Gadkari have hundreds of policemen standing outside their doors, but there are no police available for women who are needing security? Where are PCR vans in Delhi? All of PCR vans are busy giving security to VIP in Lutyens, Delhi. There are no PCR vans available in the outskirts of Delhi. There are no police chowkis available in most parts of Delhi. Sir, who is accountable? Do not blame the victim, sir. Do not blame the victim for falling to sleep.
Okay, I'll wrap it up at this point.
She is supposed to be given security by the government.
Ashok from Bengaluru is my last caller. I will wrap up with a viewer tonight. Ashok is calling from Bengaluru, and let us give the viewer the last word. Ashok, over to you.
Thanks, Arnab.
Thank you, Ashok, for calling.
I share your frustration. There are two key points that I want to make. One, the former commissioner of police on the show, it's a really sad example of the force. In this public forum, he's calling a catfight. I was shocked. As a father of a girl, I shudder what's happening to this country. We are also proud of the new Prime Minister. It swells our chest. But, the team has to be as good as the leader. And, the spokesperson for BJP, I have to say, is not a great example of that. Accountability and ownership is, basic for good governance and governance with a difference. And I don't see why is it that, we are always talking about what happened in the past. Is BJP still in the opposition?
Exactly.
Is BJP still in the opposition?
Exactly.
Or is the new government?
I think he nailed it.
Here to listen to what I have said. I have listed all the steps that we have taken.
You have done nothing.
Let the viewer talk. Let Ashok talk. Let Ashok talk.
Are so concerned about, women's security, girl child security. But all I'm hearing is, defensive attitude. We stopped we stopped Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha for 4 days because of a bad comment. How about this becoming the number one subject?
I agree.
Both the houses stop.
I agree.
They will not, because women's security is not an issue in this country.
And I say, Ashok, call a common man, right? Call a citizen, call a couple of citizens to the Parliament of India, and I want the Parliament of India to hear the citizen. Let them be heard, because it appears sometimes that the political class does not listen. I'd say call a special session, call the citizens, call the victims' families, and let people then know how it hurts to be made to feel so vulnerable. I thank you all for joining me on debate number 1 on the Newshour tonight.